Regular session, mayor and city council meeting, 6 p.m. Wednesday, December 7th, 2022, City Hall Complex. I call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Clerk, will you please?
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. I have 3 speaker forms for call to the public. I just want to inform the people that are going to be called, the names that I'm going to call for call to the public. You'll have 3 minutes, and then we'll just continue with the other one. All right? So we'll start with call to the public, and we'll start with Roxana Lopez. State your name and your address, please. Turn it on, Roxana. Aplástale el botoncito. There you go, right there.
Good evening. My name is Roxana Lopez. I live at 240 West Camino del Sol, Nogales, Arizona, 85621. The little paper says it's 5 minutes, but you said it is 3?
3.
Okay.
Well, if you want 5 minutes, Roxana?
No, I don't think I'll need 5 minutes. Thank
I'll give you 5.
I appreciate you all giving me the time here for a call to the public. The reason I am here is I'm feeling very frustrated with how the community has been treated in the public eye with some people on the council. It started with attacks on a certain council member by another council member because of certain things that wanted to be done in order to get the community response for how we should spend our COVID funds. And at that meeting, I wasn't present, but I did see it. And I felt that the person attacking was not in the right spirit. I believe that we really all should try to respect each other. We all have differences. When someone is voted into office, it is the community that has put down their numbers and said, I want this person there. But the community also expects for that person to be able to listen to different ideas and different ways of doing things that may be looking outside the box, okay? The respect didn't just start with the attack on Ms. Montiel by Mr. Bonillas. I believe it started a couple, well, maybe before. I attended a meeting when Mr. Hanesian attacked Ms. Linda Rushton over some trolley issues. I also attended a meeting where Mr. Marcelino Varona attacked our fire chief over some issues that were happening with the fire department. And my general sense was that it wasn't treated with respect. These people were not allowed to speak. They were shut down in rude ways, like the fire chief was told, you need to sit, you can't leave yet, instead of, sir, we're not done talking. You know, it's just the way how we perceive how we are accepted and listened to. Okay, just because we voted for you doesn't mean that we don't want you to listen to us, to take our ideas and say, hey, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I didn't think of it. Maybe it wasn't my idea, but you know what? I like it. And we have to be open to that. Everything is new. You know, we're looking at a new era, past COVID, past all these horrible things that are happening. And we need to take care of our community, my friends. All of us. That's why we're here. We're not here to fight and call each other names because something happened 10 years ago. You know, let's start anew and let's get along. Let's respect each other. And let's see, put each other in each other's shoes. You don't know what that other person's gone through either. Okay? None of us do. Nobody's life is perfect. But let's work together. Let's make Nogales beautiful. Let's continue with the murals. Let's continue cleaning. Let's continue paving. Let's continue communicating and talking. And that's all I have. And I thank you very much for your time and for people that are here. I really love Nogales. And I think it's a place to be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxana. Next speaker will be, I think it's Nicole Llanes. State your name and your address, please.
Thank you for allowing me to speak, Mr. Garino and council members. My name is Nicole Llanes. My address is 1272 North David Drive, Nogales, Arizona, 85621. And what I'm concerned with is how the COVID relief funds have been allocated and changed towards city operations when it's clear that businesses and people are really struggling and need this funds and could really make an impact. This funds would really make an impact for businesses, organizations, and people. And the shift towards what they're going towards, it to me doesn't make sense. I work at a foundation. I get a lot of calls. I get a lot of emails requesting support. Of course, the foundation and my work, it has to go under the programs and they have timelines, so I can't support sometimes. But there is a lot of need. There's a lot of businesses that still have a lot of needs. There's a lot of businesses present that have showed up because there is such need. So it doesn't make sense, the allocation towards city operations and this changes. But we elected you trusting that you would serve our needs, right? And listen to the people, that you would make yourself accessible for us to give our inputs, so that's why we elected you. And there's, of course, been history with mismanagement and corruption. I'm not saying with this government, but I think you're all here to change that, right? And to be different. And I trust that. And in regards to the project South 32, Mr. Garino, you and I, when you were running, we spent we had a really good conversation.
Yes.
And I trust, and this may come with ignorance and misunderstanding with what's being, what I see on the agenda meeting. So I would love to have a meeting with you to hear your positions now that you were elected and currently elected as mayor, because I elected you and I voted for you based on your opposition to the mine. And all I see is for Australian company South 32 giving gifts, and this gifts being accepted by the city and allowing, South 32 to, even with the courthouse, continuously opening the doors here. And there's been a lot of concern from the citizens. There's been a lot of opposition, and I just want to make sure that we're still heard, and I want to hear your position again, and would love a meeting with you if possible. And with that, thank you so much for allowing us to be here, and it's a really honor and pleasure to be here with all of you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Llanes. Next speaker is Jessica Mendez.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Mendez. I reside at 287 West Camino del Sol, Nogales, Arizona, 85621. And I have two messages to convey today. We live in a rich, very rich country and city in where we have rights and our voices can be heard and should be heard, as it is stated in the Constitution of the United States of America, we the people. However, it is unfortunate that we are living what we're living through because many whom have been voted in by the people choose to be blind to what we, the people, need. With that being said, our city is deteriorating year after year and becoming more of a ghost town. Instead of choosing to address what is important and needed for our city, find a solution and apply it, certain city council members have chosen to have animosity against other city council members, when in all actuality should be working for the people of the city and leave aside any ad hominem behavior. It is okay to agree to disagree, but it should be done with respect. It is okay to be upset, but it is not okay to be aggressive towards each other. There are ways to convey each other's opinions and stances. It is not okay for bullying, belittling, and intimidating, and should not be tolerated. Nonetheless, the negative behavior only demonstrates weakness. As my dad would always tell me, take care of your family first, your home first. And in this case, mayor and city council members, you have the responsibility you signed up and campaigned for to take care of your home, which is the city of Nogales. Do not let ego, power, and control over you. Instead, let's be humble, wise, respectful, and efficient for our city of Nogales and amongst all of you. Remember, as we the people voted you in, we can vote you out. And domestic violence should be tolerated and government abuse either. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mendez. Well, as you know, in call to the public, we usually don't respond because that's actually the way it's stated. But Mr. Machado, is it okay if I say a few words?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I was going to say a few words, but
It doesn't allow you to respond or discuss anything raised unless it's a direct attack on you, then you can respond, but otherwise you cannot.
I wasn't going to respond in reference to any of what they said. I was going to just say something.
Then you can't.
Can't.
You can respond if it's an attack on what you've done and so on, which is none was a direct attack.
Okay.
And just general discussion on what was said is not allowed.
Okay. So I can't say a little story about myself?
No.
No? Well, maybe later on I'll say something. I knew Mr. Machado was going to do that to me. Yeah, that's a law. You know. All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Is there anybody else that would like to say something? I know they didn't put in a speaker form, but if it's okay, we'll take one more before we start our meeting. Okay, then. Okay, we'll move to presentation. John, do we have the set of stress people here? Just before we get to that point. Have they responded? Have they?
Mr. Mayor, and your next item is the parade.
Yes,
Yeah.
but do I have anybody from Set of Stress?
But if you don't mind, I'll go make sure and look outside.
Okay, please. All right, we'll start with presentation. Presentation of winners of the 2022 Holiday Light Parade. Okay, and we have the winners already. I hope we have. Did they contact the winners, Letty? You're from Mitchell? Do we have Lincoln here? No? Okay. Well, let's start by naming the winners, and if they're here, we'll just give them the plaque, okay? All right, on third place, the third place winner was Lincoln Elementary School with Winter Wonderland. Is anybody here from Lincoln? Sista? Okay, could you please come up? I saw you in the audience and I figured you were here.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. It was a
Thank
great
you.
look.
Pleasure.
Bien bonito. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you. Unexpected. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. My principal's here also.
Oh, she is? Wow. Hey there. How you doing? Okay, second place winner is it Coronado Elementary School. And it's Christmas in Arizona Desert. Okay. Are you guys here? Yes, you are. Congratulations. Thank you. Great job. You guys did a great job. Bien bonito, ¿eh? Muchas gracias. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And first place winner is AJ Mitchell. All, all together for Christmas. No wonder you went, we're Mitchell. We're Mitchell. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you very much. Congratulations. With that, we'll go with number 5, financial monthly report.
Right. Can we get
What happened?
For a photograph? Get them all up here to take a photograph?
Yeah, let's do that. Yes,
Could you call them up, right?
yes. Okay, the 3 winners, can they come up here? Don't go. Let's take a photograph. Vente. Vamos a ponernos aquí donde están los campos. I know I was. I have a good story. Por eso estás aquí. Take care of us. Okay, can we go with the financial report now? Gene, you ready?
It's never as much fun as giving out awards, but here we go. You have in front of you the finance report from October of 22. Through October, we should be at 33.33% of our total budget. For the general fund, we have brought in $13,095,160, which is 48%. And our expenses were $10,974,385. If you look at your table A, you'll see both the revenue and the expenses. And also on table A, you will see the shared revenue, which we have brought in $2,968,924, which is 32%. If you move on to table B, that is our sales tax collected. And you will notice that in October, we collected $1,659,900, which at this point is $772,733 more than last year at this point. If you move on to table C, that is your general fund expenditures, where that $10 million number is again. And you will see the all of the departments that are in blue. Those are the ones that are above the 33.33%, and we are still watching them. If you move on to table D, that is our streets and our overweight fund. We have collected $782,149 in streets, which is 29%, $109,669 in overweight, which is 44%, And for our expenditures, we have expended out $1,504,689 for streets, which is 29%, and $2,139,070, which is 82%, which is the overweight. If you move on to Table E, that's our sewer account. We have collected $606,972, which is 17%, and we have expended out $776,852, which is 35%. Table F is our water. We have collected $1,255,180, which is 33%. And we have expended out $1,824,158, which is 28%. And then the final Table G is our sanitation. We have collected $982,127, which is 32%. And we have expended out $1,014,544, which is 31%. Are there any questions on that portion of the report? Okay, so the next 2 pages is just the water and sewer that I present every month. Currently, we have 6,138 active utility accounts. We have 413 accounts that are on their contracts, which is both, basically the water accounts and the sewer accounts. We have one more contract than last month, but it has decreased $1,140.17 in total. So we have $123,057.51 on contract. We have 132 delinquent accounts that are just the sewer, that those are the ones that we cannot shut off. So that totals $301,713.50. It's increased by 11 and it's increased by a little over 10,000. Those are the ones that if they do not respond, we go to legal and legal takes care of them. For the businesses, on that second page, you'll see the ones that we keep watching. That third one has been going with her contract and that one has been decreasing. And for November, we had no employee payouts. Are there any questions on that part?
Fine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jean.
One question.
You have a question? Go ahead.
How do you intend to track and outline all COVID-19 expenses for audit purposes?
For audit purposes, so we can track them within our budgeting system. So, and then I have a report that I have to do on the state report that I have to present every single penny that goes out and where it goes, what it's for, and what our backup is, which includes all of the orders that come from the council. So everything that goes to the state has to match everything that's approved by you all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jean. Number 6, fuel report. Mr. Dickey, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Council, looking at the fuel report. When we look at it, it looks like things are pretty steady. There's one department, and I've already talked to the director that shows quite a bit of fuel being used this month compared to this month a year ago. At this time, he's looking into it to see what the difference is. Other than that, it's just normal usage. Any questions from Mayor, Council?
Okay. Everybody okay? All right. Number 7, discussion item. Is Mr. Kissinger? Did Cero Estrés show up?
No, sir.
They didn't? Well, I really wanted them to do a presentation on this. We can discuss this anyway. It's a presentation. It was discussion, direction, and possible action. Cero Estrés, May 6, 2023, second annual quarter marathon that they're preparing for. And they asked me if I could place it on the agenda because they're going to start requesting for funding. And from different organizations. And for what I understand, right now it looks like they might have close to 600 to 700 maybe runners. So they're expecting a big race, and they just want to get started on this, but I really needed for them to be here. So what I'm going to do on this, Mr. Dickey, I'm going to make a motion to table this. Okay? And do I have a second? Yes. Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Mr. Maldonado, that's something that's going to come around. Because they were going to be here and give a presentation on it, but yeah. Okay, consent agenda, number 8. There's 2 liquor licenses on this. I make a motion to motion on the order, on both orders at the same time, Mr. Machado? Yeah. Order 2022-12-07 and 2022-12076. Do I have a second?
So moved. The first one is 075, huh?
Didn't I say 7? Okay, all right, okay, 05. Okay, 05. Okay, you're right.
So moved.
Thank you for correcting me. All right, is there any discussion on this? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Orders. Number 1, consideration and possible action of order 2022-12-077. That's the 77 right there, see? An order of the Council of the City of Nogales authorizing additional design work for the Escalada and Hudgens Street WIFA water projects and Elm Street and Loma Street WIFA sewer projects.
So moved. Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. 2, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-078, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, authorizing the purchase of 48 APX 8000 all-band portable Model 3.5 radios and accessories from state contract for the total amount of $593,393.19.
So moved. Second.
Discussion. Go ahead.
I would like to have Mr. Chief Bermudez come up, and I have a couple of questions, and I think you're the best person to address them, unless the city manager would like to also address them. Can you explain, Chief Bermudez, the process that was used and why you decided to use COVID-19 funds to pay for these radios?
Ms. Montiel, thank you for the opportunity. First of all, my responsibility is to provide the best public safety service to the community possible. And I want to say that I pride myself in not only meeting the expectations, but exceeding the expectations of the public. One of the most important principles in emergency management is preparedness, right? And I'm preparing myself for when these radios that we currently have fail. Obviously, we have a backup plan, and it's a seamless transition. As far as to me wanting to use COVID money, that's not my decision. It's a decision it's up to mayor and council. I just obviously articulated my need, and it just so happens that the financial stream or financial monies were there, and actually council decided to use those monies to obviously cover my need. If this need was not covered by ARPA, and I don't even know if it's going to be covered. If it's not, I'm going to put it in my 22-23 budget. Because either way, we need to buy those radios. The radios we currently have are obsolete. Means that they're not made anymore. They're not used anymore. They're outdated. We have no parts. Slowly but surely, they're deteriorating, and a couple of years, they're just gonna not be useful. or viable. So that's the extent of that. However, I can't stress enough the need to replace these radios for the future. And I figure, well, either way, whether I use ARPA, whether I use our general fund, these radios, communication for public safety goes out there and touches every individual person in our community, not just one. Again, I hope that either through ARPA or through our regular budget, this is approved. But that's the reason that I'm such in a hurry, because I've been trying to replace these radios for the last couple of years, but there is no funding source. The opportunity is here. I appreciate that you guys funded. If not, like I said, I'll put in for it for my 23-24 or 22-23 budget. So that's.
Well, thank you. There's a high degree of misunderstanding out there in the public, and I wanted to make sure that you are, I don't know if that's the right word, but gaslighted in any way. I want to make sure that it's a great need, and public safety is of high importance in our community. I don't think you would have anyone disagreeing with that. Regardless, we're going to purchase in the future these radios that you explained that you need, and it's a necessity right now. I just wanted to make sure that we were, transparent, if you will, about why we're using COVID-19 funds. We're going to spend the monies, and I wanted the public to hear it from you. Thank you very much. And for me, I think it's, and I believe that it's a valuable, it's a needed purchase, but it was important for the public to hear it from you, the chief. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Go ahead, Councilman.
Chief, what is the lifespan of the radios?
Last time, I'll give you an example. The last radios that we have, other than the newer ones that we received in 21, we received in 2010, and we received some other ones in 2012. So there are radios right now that are hitting 10 years and 12 years. So that's been the lifespan so far. So we're making this purchase in hopes that we won't have to make this purchase again in another 10, 12 years. Mm-hmm. So,
and you said you were going to allocate some money on the budget for the 23-24 budget for the radios anyway. Is there any possibility that we could get some funding from Stone Garden for the equipment?
We keep on putting for radios every Stone Garden grant that we put in for. The last ones that we got in 21 were from a 2018 grant from Stone Garden. So by the time we make the purchase, these radios won't be in. We're lucky if they're going to be in at the end of 23. And now with COVID, everybody is backlogged as far as to production and everything else. So I'm hoping that with this purchase that we can get in by 23. Chances are we probably won't. We'll probably get in by 24. Hopefully just in time before these other radios that we got in 2010 and 2012 don't go bad on us.
Okay. So you said the radios that you have right now are obsolete. What happens to those radios? We just trash them?
We keep them. We keep them as spares. And what happened is that they have national standards in radios, and the way the government is going right now, the radios that we have from 2010 and 2012 will not be interoperable with federal agencies. They'll be interoperable with certain agencies, but not all of them. And that's not what the standard is nationally. So with these radios that we're ordering and the ones we got from 21, they're interoperable with every single agency, whether it be DPS, EBP, at the port, the FBI, DEA, everybody. And that's a national standard for radios right now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead, Councilman. Some clarification, not just only for myself, but for everyone here. The reason we decided to use ARPA funds is because, if I'm not mistaken, it's an allowable expense, and this is a necessity. Being prior law enforcement, I know that need exists. And the worst thing is to be out there with somebody able to answer your call for backup.
Absolutely.
Been there, done that. So that's why I proposed it, and that's why I stand strongly behind it. I just want to make sure that these radios are being purchased in accordance with the purchasing regulations of the city of Nogales, which I believe because they're on state contract. And also, just because we're buying these radios at about $600,000 and we allocated $700,000, I still believe there's programming costs coming, integration, encryption keys that we have to purchase so that we can communicate with state, county, and our federal partners. So it's not just we're buying the radios and turn them on and they're good to go. So there's still more expense that comes with this, right?
There's roughly, I can give you a ballpark figure, and that's why when you asked me last time, I said I need about 700,000. It will not exceed 700,000, but I cannot give you a definite quote until we buy the radios, and depending on when they get here, because as time goes along, everything gets more expensive, as everybody knows. So I can't, nobody will give me a quote on that as of yet. But you're talking about ballpark figure for encrypting and software and programming, you're talking about roughly about $30,000 in that. And then we have the upgrades that we need to do for our mobiles, which are patrol cars. Because, again, the federal standard is going that everybody needs to be interoperable with all federal agencies and local agencies.
Thank you, Chief. The only other thing I want to point out is prior to this month, our revenues were falling far below our expected projections. So preparing for the future, we might not have money in the budget next year or the year after to purchase them. So I think the best move is to purchase these radios now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mayor, if I may,
Yes, go ahead.
I've been working on this for ever since this COVID and the ARPA funds came out for the radios. There's a quote by Benjamin Franklin that says, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And I live by that.
Okay. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Number 3, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-079, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales appointing members to the Appeals Commission. I placed this on the agenda, and I placed 2 names there. You had it on your summary, so I make a motion to appoint these 2 people.
So move, Mayor.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Yes.
Would you please say the name of the people, please?
Santos Yescas and Francisco Javier Munoz.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 4, consideration and possible action of order 2022-12-080, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, canvassing and declaring the results of the municipal general election held on November 8th, 2022.
So move, Mayor.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 5, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-081, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, approving the transfer of budget authority from the city manager's 112 fund payroll to the Finance 113 fund payroll to create an additional revenue specialist position to specialize in ambulance billing in the amount not to exceed $50,000.
So move, Mayor.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Number 6, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-082, an order of the Council of Nogales, Arizona, adopting an amendment to the City Personnel Manual, Section 18.05A.
So move, Mayor.
Do I have a second? Second. All right. Discussion. Here, yes, go ahead.
Is this change just the wording on it? Because it was 3 days before, now it's 24
Mr. Machado.
I'm sorry.
The wording on the policy, is that just a change on that?
It's just a,
The wording previously was 3 work days. And because of the different work shifts in the fire department and compared to other shifts and so on, we modify it to indicate it was done in hours rather than days. And that way there's no confusion as to exactly what the work day or what the hour was that was being given.
Okay,
It's more a housekeeping thing.
all right. Thank you.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Aye, opposed? The ayes have it. Number 7, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-083, an order of the council of the city of Nogales adopting an amendment to the city personnel manual section 18.02 subsections D, E, and F.
So moved, Mayor.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. 8, consideration and possible action of order 2022-12-084, an order of the council of the city of Nogales, Arizona, amending the travel policy and procedures for public officers and employees.
So moved, Mayor.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? 9, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-085, an order of the council of the city of Nogales appointing member to the Board of Adjustments, and I placed this on the agenda. And I moved to approve this, and I also, go ahead, you would say second?
Please name the person.
Again, yes, Juan Carlos Chavez.
Thank you.
Do I have a second? Vice Mayor, please. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 10, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-086, an order of the City Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, appointing a trustee to the Employee Benefit Trust, Mayor Garino, and the person is Councilman Octavio Gradillas Jr.
So moved.
No second. All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 11, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-087, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, approving amendment number 2 to intergovernmental agreement with the Arizona Department of Transportation for the Frank Reed and Multi-Use Path Project.
So moved, Mayor.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 12, consideration possible action of order 2022-12-088, an order of the Council of the City of Nogales, Arizona, authorizing the city manager to approve change orders number 1 and 2, number 2, with Innova Engineering for additional work to complete the Camino del Sol main and sewer main replacement project approved May 4th, 2022.
So moved, Mayor.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That was about the easiest meeting I ever had. Number 10, mayors and councils report. Mr. Montiel. Mr. Bojorquez. Mr. Bonillas.
I would like to thank Mr. Rudy Heredia. He took me on tour and he showed me the water infrastructure of the city of Nogales. I really think that all council members should take a look at how our water system works and all that. So I'd like to thank him personally, taking time and showing me all the how the water system works here.
Thank you. Oh, nothing. Diaz.
Okay, on the 9th, I went to the governmental affairs meeting. It was pretty interesting. November 10th started Veterans Day with breakfast at Lincoln School. It was a great event provided to us by Lincoln School. Good food, good entertainment, right? The 11th, we celebrated Veterans Day. We started with the parade, and then we had the speeches at the Wall of Honor, and then we had a reception at the BFW. And I want to thank everybody that was involved in helping prepare our Veterans Day to be a great success. And it was a great event. Fun was had by all, and on behalf of the veterans community, I'd like to thank the city of Nogales and all the staff and employees that partook in making it a great success. The 18th, I went to the Mexican consulate for the Odie ceremony, presented an award to Mr. and Mrs. Chamberlain. And the Christmas parade was also great this past Saturday. Everything turned out really nice. Everybody turned out for it, and everybody enjoyed it. And thank you, everybody that put it together, like Mr. Kissinger and Mr. Thompson being the MC and everything. It turned out really nice. All the participants, they put a lot of effort and work into all these floats, and the kids out there marching, the bands. It was just a great experience. It was awesome. And hopefully next year will be also a great event, and and all the community participates, and it's just a really good feeling and a good it's a good atmosphere for everybody, and everybody enjoyed it. And then also, as you all know, it's my last meeting today, and official meeting. I'll still be around, but I want to thank everybody within the city of Nogales, staff, employees, for all the help they've provided for me, myself, to be a good councilman and to help all my constituents and get things done for them when they're in need. So thank you, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody here on the council for making it a very successful administration. And I want to wish the next administration, which most of you will be part of, a lot of success and move Nogales forward in a positive direction. And if Nogales does good, we all do good. So best of luck to everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman. Vice Mayor?
Okay, first, the display of the casitas at Caram Park, we had 22 casitas. I want to thank everybody that participated. It was a lot of work, but it's really worth it. And I really think the people is enjoying them, and they're going to be there till January the 5th. So if you haven't been there, please. I think it's something nice to remember, and it's something good for the community. And then we are having the display of nacimientos. It's going to be December the 10th at the Consulado at 1 o'clock. And from there, we're going to the housing gym, and we're having the posada, and that's going to be at 3 p.m. So it's open to the public. Everybody is more than welcome. Also, I want to thank everybody that participated, not just, well, of course, I have some of you that I can name, but it's a lot of people involved on the parade. It was really something unbelievable. It was good. It was 72 entries. And it took only 2 hours, which it was very good. I thought I was going to be there sitting for 4 hours, but it was only 2 hours. You did a very good job. Thank you, Robert and Renee, and, well, Mr. Kissinger, and everybody that was involved. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor. Well, I usually have a long list, but I think my assistant left it in the office. But I can remember some of the stuff. First of all, on Veterans Day, it was a great event. And ditto, Councilman Diaz. Basically, almost everything that Councilman Diaz mentioned, I was part of that. And the parade was great. I want to thank Mr. Kissinger. You did a great job. Mr. Thompson, unbelievable work. And Renee out there somewhere? She went home. She did a great job too. all the employees that worked from Public Works and all the police officers that worked the parade did a great job. It was unbelievable. It was managed well. It was kept in line, and that's why you say it was 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I usually participate in the parade. My wife and I, we usually participate in the parade, but I told my wife this year that I wanted to see the parade. I've never seen the parade. Every time you participate, you go in the front of it, it ends in the Americana, and then you either stand there and wait for the rest of the parade to come by or don't stand there. So I've never seen a full parade. This time was the first time we've seen a parade. It was great. It was unbelievable, and I just want to say that all the participants in the schools and everybody that got their awards, they very well deserved. They did a great job. And another thing that I do want to congratulate Santa Claus also, Papa. He did a great job, especially being on the fire truck. It's the best place for Santa Claus to be, on a ladder truck. So the fire department did a great job, and everybody that helped decorating, and Judy was one of the persons that really worked hard. Judy, I want to thank you very much. She kept everything with the judges, the judges. Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, this time we had real judges. We've always had people from the community judge the floats. This time we had real judges from the courts. So they had the robes and everything, and they did a great job, and Judy made sure that everything was managed well at the placita with all the judges and our guests. The consuls were there, the Mexican consul, the American consul were there. So it was very good. And again, and just like Mr. Diaz said, this is my last meeting. I don't know if I'll have a special meeting or two before I leave. There might be, because there's things that Mr. Dickey might want me to put up. But this is our last meeting as mandated by the city charter. And Mr. Maldonado, I want to wish you the best, sir. Next year, I hope you have 4 good years, and you really put, like everybody's been saying, all the effort possible to make sure that the community receives what they need to receive, and make good decisions, sir. I know I've done some good decisions, and people have said they weren't good decisions, but I think they were, because everything that this council did in this past 4 years were decisions that really, really helped the community in every way. And the paving projects and everything that's being finished right now, and some of it is going to be finished in your administration. So I hope you continue with that, sir, and I'll be here if you need anything. I don't know if you'll need or want to ask me anything, sir, but if you do need anything, I'm there. Okay, I'll help you in whatever you need. And with that, I just want to thank everybody, and have a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. I didn't see you, Johnny. ¿Qué pasó, Johnny? Te escondes. Johnny walked in the parade for the first time in his life, ¿verdad? He was cansado. Well, I just want to thank everybody, and have a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year in case I don't see you. Thank you. With that, I'm going to have the city manager. You want to give a report, Mr.?
Just real quick, Mayor, Council, Councilmember Diaz and Mayor Garino, thank you so much for all you've done. The city employees, the staff, on behalf of them and everyone, we just want to thank you for all your hard work, your service, your years, and being a support to the staff. It meant a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. And with that, any future agenda items? I don't know. Do you have something?
I hope this is the right place to bring this up, but we tabled an item earlier. Just want to make sure it's brought up in the future as a discussion item. But on the coattail of the marathon, we also were going to talk about the BMX bike track in Monte Carlo. And I think with a partnership with the county, Ceros Tres, and us, we can revitalize it. I reached out to County Supervisor Manny Molera. He's on board, and we should get working on that in the future, in the beginning of the year. That's all I got.
I'm sure Mr. Maldonado will continue with that project. Yes, thank you, sir. Okay, with that, motion to adjourn?